Welcome back, Cat 37 class. This is our final tutorial for CATIA Cat 37 extrapolating curves. And after all these tutorials and handout for the impeller and the handout for the box, you should be able to then start working on your final project. And I'll keep creating review videos of the commands and show you some shortcuts, and also what approach to use when creating your own surfaces and wireframe for your final project. All right, so let's go ahead and extrapolate now. Extrapolating curves, our last tutorial. So let's go ahead and extrapolate number 2. And we're going to use the same command as we did for surfacing, except now we're going to do it for curves. Let's open the file. All right, so here we have our geometry. Let me change the lighting view. Lighting. Oh, this is really dark. Okay, it's okay. Let me change the color of this blue surface. Let's go with 10. Okay, a lot better. Okay, so we're going to take these curves. I'll make these thicker. Okay, let me insert a geoset. And I'm going to create my own, or pick my own colors. Let's make the new curves. I'll make them green, and I'll make them thick so they stand out. Okay, so we're going to extrapolate curves this time. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so we're going to extend this curve, right? We're going to look at tangent versus curvature versus doing it on a support. Okay, so let's give it a try. Let's see, do we have any lengths? 166 millimeters. Okay, 166 it is. And we're going to do it off the surface and on a support surface. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so let's first extend. Let's extend this one first. Okay, so when we extend a curve, we have to pick an endpoint. Okay, so let's go to extrapolate. I'm going to extrapolate this point, right? There it is. It goes to 166. It defaults to 166. Okay. Hit preview. And okay. And there's our curve. Now we can say, hey, we want to stay on the surface. We want to support. So we can go back, double click on it. And we want to force it to stay on the support. So you can see, and it'll stop at the edge no matter how large a number you put for length. And okay. There we have it. Okay, let's go back, double click on it. And we can say, hey, you know what? Instead of tangent continuity, we want curvature continuity. And it doesn't like it. Let me see if I can reduce the number, if that makes a difference. I don't think it will, but let's find out. Preview. Okay, and okay. Actually, it did accept it. When it fell off the surface, it rejected it. Okay, so double click on it. Okay, another thing you can do is, instead of giving it a length, you can say up to element. So I'm going to extend it up to this existing element. So instead of length, I'm going to say, hey, I want to extend it up to an existing element. Let's go up to this one. See, and it'll stop there. And okay, there it is. Okay, now let's extend this point here on this one. So we're going to extend this endpoint, right? Okay, so let's go first with tangent continuity. Notice how it almost flattens out with tangent continuity. And let's pick a support. Oh, support. support, tan surface, there it is. And let's extend this. And it's following the surface, as you can see. If we do not put a support, it's going to fly off the surface. Let's remove support. I can click where it says support and clear selection. Notice it just goes straight. But this one we want it on the support, so let's double click. Say, hey, I want this on the support. There it is. It follows the surface, as you can see. Okay. But let's say instead of tangent continuity, we want it to follow the curvature of the parent. Let's go back. So watch what happens when I go from tangent continuity to curvature. In 3, 2, 1, don't blink, curvature. See how it kind of went inward a little bit, as you can see. Let's go back down to tangent, watch it again, tangent. See how it goes a little bit flatter. Okay, and let's go once again, curvature continuity. Goes inward more, following the curvature. If we had the ability to go to G3 curvature, where it follows also the acceleration or deceleration, it would go inward even further. And okay. Let me do something real quick because I want to really demonstrate. I'm going to do a sketch. Do a sketch on the surface. And I'm going to do a 3-point arc. Okay, hit escape. I want all 3 points to be in line with each other. There it is. Okay, and I'm going to extrude this. I'm going to extrude this sketch. Extrude. It'll go normal. There it is. So I'm trying to emphasize tangent continuity versus curvature continuity. Okay, so we're going to extend this, extrapolate this edge, extrapolate the edge on the surface. See what happens when you get curvature, continuity versus tangent. See how it flattens out? Difference between tangent continuity and curvature. See how it tries to close? Seems like it's trying to go back to its natural shape, right? Or it's trying to follow its natural shape. Okay, you can only take it so far. Once it goes perpendicular, it seems to stop. Okay, so that's curvature versus tangent. Okay, so tangent, it flattens out. Curvature tries to go back in. Ooh, let's see. Let's see if I reduce this or increase this. Okay, now it is trying to close. Oh, went too far. That's what happened. Went way too far. Pretty close. Okay, so that's curvature continuous. Okay, let me hide this one now. Now let me do it with the curve. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing with the curve. Change the thickness on this one. Okay, same thing. I'm going to extend it from this point. So let's go to extrapolate again. Okay, so that's curvature continuity, right? If we go back down to tangent continuity, see how it flattens out. So that's the difference between tangent continuity versus curvature, right? The radius as you exit equals the radius as you enter the next curve in this case. Okay, there it is. All right, so that's extrapolate, tangent continuity versus curvature continuity versus doing it on a surface. Let's see if we missed anything on this one. Looks like we got them all. All right, so that's the end of the tutorials. And once again, I'll do a summary video and even go back to some of the tutorials that we skipped because of time, but I think it's cool to go over some of those other tutorials that we skipped. We'll go over them, but there will be no homework on those. All right, so end of video.